the forgotten black inventors who changed America. History is written by the victors, but what about those whose victories were stolen? What if I told you that some of the greatest inventions in American history, things we rely on every single day, were created by people whose names were erased? Traffic lights, the modern light bulb, even the blueprint for America's first self-made female millionaire. All connected by a single thread, black inventors who changed the world but never got the credit. Prepare to uncover the hidden genius behind the innovations that shaped America, and the shocking truth behind why they were forgotten. 1. Lewis Latimer, the man who brought light to the darkness. It's the late 1800s. The world is dark, literally. Street lamps flicker out, homes remain dim, and Thomas Edison has just invented the light bulb. But there's a problem. It barely works. Edison's bulbs burn out within hours. Too fragile, too expensive, too unreliable. The invention is groundbreaking, but it's useless. Lewis Latimer. A black engineer, son of escaped slaves, Latimer redesigned the carbon filament, making bulbs last longer, cheaper, and efficient. His innovation didn't just improve Edison's idea, it made electric light accessible to millions. But here's the twist. Balance scale. Despite being the true mastermind behind the modern light bulb, Latimer's name was buried beneath Edison's shadow. His work was used, profited from, but rarely acknowledged. Even today, most history books credit Edison. But without Latimer, our nights might still be dark. 2. Garrett Morgan, the man who saved millions of lives and had to hide his identity. Imagine a world without traffic lights. The roads are chaos. Horses, Model T cars, pedestrians, and no way to stop them from crashing. Accidents were deadly. Streets ran red with blood. Then, a man named Garrett Morgan, born to enslaved parents, designed something revolutionary, a 3-position traffic signal. It seems simple today, but back then? It was the difference between life and death. Warning, but here's the shocking part. When people found out Morgan was black, they refused to buy his invention. So what did he do? He hired a white actor to pretend to be the inventor while he watched from the shadows. The world was willing to use his life-saving technology, just not willing to accept that a black man created it. But that's not all. Morgan also invented the gas mask, a device that saved thousands of soldiers in World War I. And yet, history barely remembers his name. 3. Madam C.J. Walker, the millionaire no one talks about. When we think of self-made millionaires, we think of Rockefeller, Bezos, Musk. But what if I told you that the first female self-made millionaire in America was a black woman? Born to enslaved parents, Sarah Breedlove, later known as Madam C.J. Walker, was stuck in a cycle of poverty. She had almost nothing, except one thing, a problem to solve. She suffered from severe hair loss, and like millions of black women at the time, she had no products to treat it. So, she did something radical. She created her own. Through sheer grit, she built a hair care empire that made her America's first black female millionaire. But success came at a price. White newspapers downplayed her achievements. Businessmen refused to acknowledge her wealth. And even today, her legacy is rarely mentioned in the same breath as America's greatest entrepreneurs. 4. Granville Woods, the Black Edison, who out-invented Edison himself. The year is 1887. Railroads crisscross America, but there's a deadly problem. Trains can't communicate. Collisions are common. Hundreds die. Then, a man named Granville Woods changed everything. He invented the induction telegraph, a device that allowed trains to send wireless signals, preventing disasters before they happened. His work was so revolutionary that Thomas Edison himself tried to steal credit for it. That's right. Edison, the so-called greatest inventor of all time, attempted to claim Woods' patents. But Woods fought back and won. Warning, but here's the tragic part. Despite holding over 50 patents, despite out-inventing Edison, despite making railroads safer for millions. Granville Woods' name was largely erased from history. The hidden legacy. Why don't we hear these names in school? Why are their achievements overlooked, while others bask in their stolen glory? For centuries, black inventors were excluded from patents, robbed of credit, and written out of history books. But now, their stories are resurfacing. Lewis Latimer gave us light. Garrett Morgan saved lives. Madam C.J. Walker built an empire. Granville Woods made the rails safe. But their real invention? They changed the world, even when the world tried to forget them. History isn't just about those who got the credit, but those who truly changed the world. Subscribe to Decoded Reality. Let's uncover the past, one forgotten story at a time.